Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, an international sensation already looks to expand here in Torrance. We'll tell you who.
Then we'll tell you why the Salvation Army needs your help now more than ever.
And local authorities investigate motorists violating handicapped parking laws.
Plus, the city puts the final touches on its much-anticipated bocce ball court. We'll take you there.
These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. With cooler temperatures lately, the Southern California Gas Company is asking everyone to be mindful this winter and conserve. With limited availability of natural gas locally, SoCalGas implemented a voluntary conservation effort asking Southern Californians to do these three simple things. Reduce their use by turning down the thermostat to at least 68 degrees. Wait a day to use major natural gas appliances, and set the washer to cold when doing the laundry. To get more information, you can call 800-427-2200.
It was an exciting week at Amo Fashion Center as one restaurant finally opened their doors while the news of expansion at another was announced. Lemonade, a cafeteria-style eatery at Amo, is the newest location to open in the LA area. According to Restaurant Business, it's one of the fastest-growing small chains in America and has been voted by LA Weekly among LA's best fast casual restaurant chains. Lemonade is not only known for the variety of lemonades they offer, but also a wide assortment of salads as well as hot pre-made dishes. And on the second floor of the mall, the popular Din Tai Fung announced plans this week to nearly double in size to add 50 additional tables. The popular Taiwanese dumpling and noodle house opened just over a month ago and hopes to complete their expansion by spring of next year. These are just two of the many new restaurants to open this year along the boulevard.
With Christmas just days away, there's no better place than Amo Fashion Center to get your last-minute holiday shopping done. Thanks to extended holiday hours, Amo will be open on Friday, December 16th from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m., then on Saturday, December 17th from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m., Sunday, December 18th from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m., and on Monday, December 19th through December 23rd from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. You can go online to check out the latest sales, promotions, and holiday events taking place at Amo. Go to simon.com.
It's a popular site during the holidays, and this year the bells may be ringing extra loud as the Salvation Army needs your help. The Red Kettle campaign, which is one of the biggest money raisers for the organization, raises millions just in Southern California alone during the holiday season. But this year, the Salvation Army says they're down 10% from a year ago and need to reach a goal of $3 million. Thanks to this campaign and the generous donations of many, men, women, and children are able to use the resources provided by the Salvation Army. 1 million meals are served, at-risk youth and veterans are offered help, and more than 2,700 people are able to sleep under a Salvation Army roof each night. Now this year, more than 289 red kettles can be found on street corners, at the mall, and in front of local retailers. Here in Torrance specifically, you'll find 15 kettles with all the funds raised here serving the Torrance community. For more information, you can go to salvationarmysocal.org.
A local organization continues to support literacy and the love of books thanks to a big donation. The Friends of Torrance Library, a 501c3 nonprofit, donated just over $40,000. More than $25,000 of it will go towards the summer reading program, which runs for 7 weeks. The program encourages students to keep reading over the summer so they don't lose the skills they've learned over the school year. The hope is that kids will read 8 hours over the summer, which is just 20 minutes per day. Then the remaining amount will go towards youth services activities at the library. You can find fun programs like movie screenings, magic, music and puppet shows, arts and crafts, and much more. Anyone can join the Friends of Torrance Library. Membership is just $5. The group puts on 4 book sales a year to raise money. They give more than $100,000 each year to Torrance libraries.
Well, this week's council meeting was adjourned in honor of a former city commissioner and longtime Torrance resident. Iris Jacobs passed away on December 6th at the age of 74. Jacobs spent more than half a century here in Torrance with her family. She dedicated much of her time to serve the Torrance community. Jacobs was first appointed to the Parks and Recreation Commission in 1980 and continued to serve the city in many ways. She was also involved in the planning and development of a number of parks and facilities in Torrance. She later served as the chair of the Joint Committee made up of both the Parks and Recreation and the Fine Arts Commissions. She was said to have loved being involved in the Torrance community and will be greatly missed. Well, still ahead, local police and fire team up with Edison Elementary School. We'll tell you why.
Plus, local authorities report a new kind of vandalism. We'll tell you all about it.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
To be at peace with myself is the most prominent thing, and I am at peace with myself. I didn't deal this deck, I'm just playing the game. That's all. That's it. Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise. And making sure that I get the nutrition that I need, and it's a balanced meal. My name is Maurice McGriff. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Local police and firefighters partnered up with one elementary school here in Torrance, all for a great cause. Those were the students who participated in the Team Kids Challenge at Edison Elementary School. Team Kids Challenge is a nonprofit school and community-based service program. The organization helps students in leadership skills, teaching them teamwork, empathy, and guidance to make positive and healthy life choices for themselves. The city of Torrance was chosen to participate along with students from Edison Elementary School. The recent carnival held on campus was planned entirely by the students to help raise funds for their choice of charity. The money raised will benefit Torrance Memorial Medical Center's Cancer Division. We spoke with Edison's principal, Jane Okazaki, who was excited to partner with the city and with the organization.
I think it's really important to give the students the leadership opportunity to come up with all these wonderful activities. Here at Edison, we have what we call positive behavior system, and with that, our acronym is Keep It Real. Keep It Real stands for respect, R for respect, E for empathy, A for awareness, and L for learning. And these students are keeping it real at Edison as they have come up with numerous opportunities to show their empathy and awareness of the community around them. For example, the first challenge they did was to support a animal shelter, and students donated bags and bags of towels and blankets. The next challenge they did was in regards to feeding families for Thanksgiving, and they collected canned goods, and we collected boxes and boxes and distributed them to Torrance families. The last challenge, which is today, ends our toy drive for students who may not be so fortunate and receive gifts. I'm overwhelmed by the number of presents and gifts that students have donated for this cause.
And for School Resources Officer Detective Nicole Connor, participating in this event was particularly special for her.
We are very fortunate that the City of Torrance was selected to participate in the Team Kids Challenge this year. This is a pilot program here, so because I am one of the school resource officers and I actually work at the schools, including the elementary, middle school, and high schools, we were selected to participate in the program. And we're very excited because this gives us the opportunity to actually interact with the students, you know, on a level that maybe we don't normally get to interact with them. Unfortunately, sometimes when we come in contact with kids, it's because, they've gotten into trouble, they've made some type of mistake in their life. So this gives us the opportunity to really interact and mentor them, one-on-one, and build that relationship between not only the police department and the kids, but even the fire department and the city as a whole. So we're very excited about the program. I grew up in the city of Torrance, and I actually attended Edison Elementary as a student. So I was here K through 5th. I ran around on this blacktop, so it's pretty amazing to be back here with the students because this is my home and this is where I grew up. So very, very fortunate and very excited to be here.
Walterier and Edison Elementary are the only two schools currently involved with Team Kids Challenge. The city hopes to have more schools participate in the future.
Well, crowds gathered at a local park in the name of Bocce. The city of Torrance hosted a soft opening for the much anticipated bocce ball courts, with Mayor Patrick Fury throwing out the first Polina. They look just like bowling balls, but a little bit smaller. This is a game for everyone from kids to seniors and even those physically impaired. Mayor Fury talked about the two men that were instrumental in spearheading this project.
Their fundraising campaign was endorsed by none other than our hometown hero, Louis Zamperini, who was a Bocce advocate, Christina Rapata, former LAPD officer, who was also a Bocce enthusiast, numerous senior citizen groups, and our own Friends of Exceptional Athletes. Over the course of their campaign, these two guys personally raised more than $21,000 to build this facility.
While the city hosted a soft opening, the bocce ball courts officially opened to the public beginning January 1st. Just a few more touches will be added from now until the end of the year. The bocce ball courts are located at Columbia Park, which is at 4045 West 190th Street.
A popular outreach program called Operation Teddy Bear brought smiles to many first graders here in Torrance. Torrance Refining Company recently partnered with the Volunteer Center, South Bay Harbor City, and Long Beach to support the organization's Operation Teddy Bear program. This year, TRC helped underwrite the program with a $3,000 donation and helped organize supplies and fill 1,000 school bags with books, educational materials, and of course, a cuddly bear. 83 first graders at Lincoln Elementary School benefited from the generosity of the Torrance Refining Company. Teachers also received their own special box of goodies filled with school materials and supplies. Volunteers who delivered the bags also sat with students to read stories to the children and shared why volunteering is important to the community. Operation Teddy Bear is a literacy program helping to serve 5,700 disadvantaged first graders in the California Title I program. The school bags are made locally by U.S. veterans.
An annual event returned to Wilson Park recently, giving attendees a place to shop for the holidays. Now in its 34th year, the Christmas boutique hosted by the Torrance Youth Council helped raise more than $5,700. The event brought out lots of shoppers and many crafters. 80 booths in total included dresses and accessories for dolls, handmade pot holders and jewelry, gems and rocks, and even the chance for a visit with Santa. The most popular booths were the yard signs and jewelry stands. Food was also on hand with 2 booths. Among them, tamales were a big hit. The money raised will go towards the Torrance Youth Council's Beat the Odds scholarship program.
A Torrance tradition continues to bring thousands to the south end of town to what's often referred to as Sleepy Hollow or Candy Cane Lane. Located in South Torrance in the Seaside neighborhood, homes in the community are decorated with more than just Christmas lights. As you can see, there's themed decorations to over-the-top displays. This tradition started in the early 1980s when a group of neighbors had the idea of wrapping white Christmas lights around the trunks of the Chinese elm trees that are found along most of the sidewalks in this area. From that grew into more than 400 homes that now participate in this local tradition. On average, the neighborhood gets about 250,000 cars filled with excited children and adults just during the month of December. The Sleepy Hollow winner this year was the Heyer family at 5314 Reese Road, and the at-large winner going to the Zorn family on 5225 Bendewald Road. Be sure to check out those if you haven't already. You can visit any day of the week from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. A popular restaurant chain opened its second location here in Torrance recently. Shakey's Pizza Parlor hosted a grand opening at its second location in Torrance. This was a festive event with Santa there for a visit, along with a balloon artist and activities for kids. In conjunction, Shakey's also hosted a fundraiser and a fill-a-box toy collection for Toys for Tots. Shakey's has been in business for nearly 60 years now. Founded in 1954 when Sherwood Shakey Johnson opened the first pizza parlor in Sacramento, serving pizza, beer, and live jazz music. Now most locations offer games for kids, music, and great food and beverages. The new location is at 3615 Pacific Coast Highway and Madison Street. There's a new kind of vandalism being reported here in Torrance, and the local authorities want you to know all about it. Torrance police received nearly 20 calls of suspects throwing raw eggs at homes and parked cars. A raw egg vandalism bulletin was recently issued to alert residents about the problem and to keep an eye out for a black car suspected of being involved. These crimes are said to occur during the day and night. While it may seem harmless, eggs can damage car paint if left on for an extended period of time and can also break windows and dent cars. Residents are encouraged to report these incidents or call the Torrance Police Department with any information. That number is 310-328-3456.
Torrance police also investigated the misuse of handicapped parking spaces in the city. 35 cars were found to be parked illegally in handicap designated spots. 14 citations were written for parking without a handicap placard. Handicap parking spaces are labeled by blue striping and a sign showing a profile view of a wheelchair. By law, these spaces can only be occupied by drivers who have been issued a handicap placard by a licensed physician, and it must be clearly displayed. A violation of this law is considered a misdemeanor, and misuse of a handicap placard could result in immediate suspension of use. Fines imposed could cost up to $1,000.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center receives a new ranking this month. TMMC was one of 49 hospitals ranked in the U.S. with the lowest heart attack mortality rate. According to data from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the figures are from CMS's Hospital Compare website and represent data from July 2012 to June 2015. All the hospitals on the list have a 30-day mortality rate of 11.5% or less from heart attacks compared to the national average of 14.1%. The hospital with the lowest percentage was Sherman Oaks Hospital at 9.4%. Torrance ranks 42nd on that list at 11.5%. TMMC is one of two major hospitals in the city serving the Torrance and South Bay communities for nearly 90 years. Still ahead, Sports Desk anchor Byron Newsom gives us a sneak peek at the latest in the world of sports in Torrance.
Plus, upcoming events you won't want to miss. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
What?
The storks are bringing me a baby brother!
Storks know how to keep kids safe.
Aww.
Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
We can do this together!
To know for sure that your child is in the right seat for their age and size,
Remember when I was a baby, felt like 1 minute ago?
What?
visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
What he said.
My favorite thing about music is it's reliable. It's always there.
And it just helps me cheer up other people.
There's nothing to worry about when you do music. You're just having fun.
When I'm playing it, I'm like, wow, this is me. I sometimes just like shock myself.
When you play music, you are playing life.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are some events you'll want to mark on your calendar. The Torrance Education Foundation is hosting an elegant, all-inclusive three-course dinner and dancing extravaganza on New Year's Eve. This takes place at the DoubleTree located in Torrance. You can eat, drink, and dance the night away from 8 p.m. until 1 a.m. The cost is $125 per person or $225 per couple. A part of the proceeds from the ticket sales goes back to the Torrance Education Foundation. For more information, call 310-320-7232. Then be sure to tune in to CitiCABLE on January 3rd as we bring you all the highlights from this year's Tournament of Roses Parade. We'll take you behind the scenes to Decoration Day leading up to the float's debut on January 2nd. We've got the Torrance Rose Float covered. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday, January 3rd at 8 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. And before we go, we have a sneak peek at what's happening on the sports desk with Byron Newsom.
Hey, Jen and Ben, coming up on the sports desk. The North High soccer team was 3-0 going into their matchup with Culver City. See if our girls can send the Centaurs home with an L in this early season clash. Plus, find out how some local high school students found a way to take their classroom to the beach. Tune into the sports desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. Jen and Ben, back to you.
Thanks, Byron. For the month of December, we are celebrating the holidays and want to thank everyone for watching us here on CitiCABLE. Whether you're watching from Channel 3 in Torrance or throughout Southern California on KNET 25.2, we want to show you our appreciation. Last week, we asked our viewers to share where they like to spend the holidays. Katoya from Torrance sent us this cute photo and said her favorite place to hang out is with friends at Kensington Apartments in Torrance for hashtag Taco Thursdays. What a great photo.
That was a cute photo of these kids.
Be sure to tell us where your favorite place is to spend time in Torrance during the holidays. Email us your answer and add a picture from your favorite place. Email us at thisweekintorranceca.gov. Be sure to include your name and phone number.
And be sure to tune in next week as we announce more winners.
Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jen Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.